In this video, we're going to discuss how to prepare and care for a patient who has been discharged from the hospital and is not expected to live many more weeks. And you're called either as a relative or as a caregiver, a nurse, to take care of this person. First of all, you're going to need a shower chair. You're going to need a wheelchair. You're going to need the ability to get the person out of bed come mornings and slip them into the wheelchair, roll them in, and scoot them off the chair into the shower. Most people have, by then at least, have a shower that only has a lip that's a few inches high. So it makes it easy. It is a dangerous part of patient care, especially the shower. And you want to make sure that you have the handles in the shower that they can help themselves pull themselves up. And you want to have all your towels out and all the shaving equipment, everything you might need. Some guys like to be shaved in the shower and some really don't. They want you to bring them out in the wheelchair and roll them up to the mirror. And usually the older age groups have electric shavers and they'll use those, and that makes it easier. Sometimes you'll be asked to cut their hair, and you may not be the greatest hair cutter or have any confidence in that or not, but it's easy to do. Just use the shaver equipment and make sure it's 1 inch high and cut their hair. They're not going to look any worse than they did with their hair uncut. It makes them feel a lot better, and their wife probably will say, "Oh, you cut it too short," which is very likely they will. But in the end, they're very grateful. While you have them sitting there brushing their teeth, you can go in and change the bed. Usually you need to, because most people are incontinent at that point in their life. So you want to take all the sheets off and roll the new ones on. Maybe take wet wipes, wipe off the mattress, especially if it has a rubber guard on top of it. Then you get them back in bed, prop them up, let them see how they look. Get a little hand mirror and say, is your hair looking good? Is this how you used to wear it? Really encourage them to care about their looks and give them self-esteem. Then usually you make them breakfast, and either they want to be wheeled into the table if they can sit upright and are feeling well, or if they're not, you could just roll up the back of the bed. By then you'll have a hospital bed because hospice provides one. And then ask them what they want for breakfast and make something really special for them, something that might be their favorite or their mother used to make. And go out of the way to serve it. And if they don't eat very much of it, that's fine. Don't make a comment about it. Don't force them to eat. I've had people force their mother, father to eat, and all they're really doing is putting it all down their lung because they can't swallow anymore. So they're so proud that they have a half can of Ensure that they drank, but unfortunately when you listen to the lung, it's all in there, which is really dangerous for them and likely to cause them to have a pneumonia, aspiration pneumonia. So you need to really listen to what they need for the day. A lot of times caregivers think, oh, we'll just go through our routine. We won't change anything. We won't ask them about it because we do this every day. Or sometimes they're really surprised when the patient does request a variation. Maybe even in breakfast. They had the same breakfast for years, and they've decided to change a bit. It's also important to get them near a window so they can look out from the bed and don't feel like they're crowded inside, no matter what the view is. In my town, the view frequently is the ocean and down the coast toward Big Sur. So it's pretty pleasant. In a lot of the homes, they have great views. And a lot of people decide to live in the living room with a great view. as they're dying, which is perfectly okay. One thing you have to guard against is relatives who have agendas, who come to visit Uncle so-and-so because they want to be in the will, or they want to find out if they're in the will, or they want the painting that's in the third bedroom, and they'll ask for it, or they'll take it. Actually, you have to be careful about that too, because a lot of times you'll see more and more things disappear off the walls as time goes by and the number of visitors increase, which is really shameful, but it happens quite a bit. You have to guard against arguments by several sisters and brothers who gathered around the bed and arguing over who is best liked by the patient. The patient doesn't really want to go through that. So all those kinds of problems, try to mediate. Maybe you just have one or two of the siblings come at once and the others not, because when they all gather together, there's bound to be a lot of friction, which upsets your patient quite a bit, even though they know about it, because they've obviously seen it all their life. So these are some of the things that I'm suggesting right now, and we'll do more later.